We are so sorry for your loss. We feel your pain, we understand your grief, and we are here for you. These 12 tips to help you cope with the pain of pet loss are in no particular order. Tip 1. It's normal to feel guilty, but try not to. We'll show you how. One of the most common emotions after a pet dies is guilt. Guilt that you could have done more to keep your pet alive or to reduce their suffering. Guilt that you contributed to their illness or death in some way. There are endless reasons to feel guilt, and no doubt, you will find most of them. Your feelings of guilt are normal, even though they're probably not warranted. To ease your suffering, whenever you feel guilty, ask yourself, what was the intent behind my decision or action? The answer to that question will likely be love. So remind yourself that all your actions came from a place of love and compassion. When experiencing guilt, try to replace the negative memories with some of the many thousands of beautiful memories involving wonderful moments with your pet. Also, you may find it helpful to write a letter addressed to your pet, explaining your decisions, as well as the intense emotions you're feeling as a result of making those decisions. The simple act of writing a letter can release some of your guilt, even if only for a short time. Then, every time you feel guilty, take the letter out and scan it. Your pet loved and respected you, and would never have judged you, so love and respect yourself by rethinking your need to harshly self-judge. You showed so much compassion to your pet, it's time to show some of that compassion to yourself. 2. Deal with reminders of your pet in a way that's comfortable for you. There are likely dozens of reminders of your pet in your home and yard. These can include bedding, outdoor hutches, scratch posts, kennels, toys, chewed shoes, water bowls and so much more. Some people find it easier to remove these reminders because they cause too much pain, while others find comfort in keeping them in exactly the same places. Depending on how you feel about them, either remove or keep the reminders of your beloved pet. 3. Speak openly with people who understand the pain of pet loss. At a time like this, it's beneficial to talk to others about how you're feeling. You may also want to share memories, and in some cases, debrief about the last moments of your pet's life, which can often be painful and traumatic. Having someone listen to you doesn't remove the pain, but it does offer some relief, because your grief is being validated, understood and acknowledged. If you don't have friends or family who understand how you're feeling, you can find many supportive pet loss support groups on social media. Some of these groups have many thousands of members, all of them united in the grief of their beloved pets. 4. Temporarily stay away from people who say, "It was just a pet." You are a pet parent, and you've experienced a devastating, heartbreaking, agonizing loss. But not everyone understands the close relationship between people and their pets, particularly if those people have never loved and lost their own pet. Although they may mean well, their words can cause more pain, while also making you feel angry or ashamed. A statement like, "It was just a pet, move on," is the last thing you need to hear right now, or ever. So until you feel ready, try to restrict your interactions with people who don't understand the deep pain of pet loss. When it's not possible to avoid these interactions, for example, if the person is a family member or co-worker, try to explain that your grief is the same as the grief you'd experience if you'd lost a much-loved human. But, if having a conversation will be too difficult, please know we have some free, explanatory videos you can send to people. We've included links to these videos in the description box, below. Oh, and just quickly, if you like this video, it would mean the world to us if you subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. 5. Commemorate the passing of your pet in a way that works for you. When a human dies, we have a funeral where everyone can acknowledge the death of the person, and can mourn openly. You too can commemorate your pet in many ways. You can bury your pet in your yard and have your own unique funeral service for them, where you can say some words with other people there, or with no one else present at all. Another way to commemorate your pet's life is to have them cremated, and keep the ashes in your home. Or spread them in your pet's favorite places. Or place them in purpose-designed jewelry, which can be worn daily. Some people like to get a tattoo of their pet as well, or plant a tree in their honor, or make a scrapbook or online photo album. Others donate time to a pet rescue organization in honor of their pet. There are so many meaningful and beautiful ways you can commemorate your beloved pet's passing. 6. Journal your feelings. Writing in a journal, or simple exercise book, has so many benefits. When journaling, you can feel less pain and sadness, or at least a sense of relief, because you are pouring your emotions onto a page, rather than ignoring or suppressing them. Expressing your emotions is one of the key ways to move through the grief process, in order to get to a less painful point. In some cases, consistent journaling can even lead to a sense of letting go of emotions such as guilt and regret, and can foster positive emotions instead. When writing in a journal, just let your thoughts flow. Don't judge or correct yourself as you write. It's incredible how powerful it is to transfer your thoughts to a page. 7. Respect your grief. The death of your pet is a tragic life event, just as tragic as losing a human friend or relative, in some cases, even worse. Your response to any painful loss is grief, and grief has a physical, emotional and psychological effect on your mind and body. Ignoring, suppressing or downplaying your grief will only make you feel worse in the long run, and can even lead to health issues. Respect your grief by allowing yourself to feel whatever emotion you want to feel. If possible, take some time off from work and other commitments to give yourself the opportunity to fully mourn your loss. If it's not possible to take time off, try to designate a part of each day to grieve. 8. Embrace your grief. It's painful, but it originates from something powerful. Although grieving can feel like torture at times, and you certainly don't have to like or enjoy it, try to remind yourself of the fact that it originates from something powerful and beautiful, and that is, your enduring, eternal love for your pet. Where there is great love, there is great loss, so try to embrace your grief as much as you can. Know that the depth of your pain originates from the height of your love. 9. Understand that grief is a journey. It doesn't end, it just changes and reduces in intensity. You may wonder why, after a certain period of time, you're still feeling intense emotions. The reason is that grief is a continuous journey. It comes and goes throughout your life like waves in the ocean. Sometimes it's like a powerful wave crashing at the shore, other times, it's just a gentle, shimmering trickle that makes you smile rather than cry. In fact, you can have quiet seas for years, and then, one random week a decade down the track, you can feel as devastated as the day your pet died. So please know, grief is ongoing. It's unpredictable. 10. Don't compare your grief. Grief is as unique as your beloved pet, so you will grieve in a completely different way to someone else. Don't compare your grief to others, and don't allow others to compare your grief to theirs. There is no right or wrong way to grieve, just your way. 11. Try not to make any life-changing decisions when your grief is raw. In the raw, early stages of grief, try to postpone making any major life-changing decisions. This is because grief takes an enormous emotional toll on your mind and body. It's stressful. It's exhausting. It's hard work. It can deprive you of sleep. It can be agonizing. As a result, you won't be thinking as clearly and objectively as you normally would, increasing the chances of making a decision you might regret. So give yourself time to grieve and regroup before making major decisions. 12. Look after yourself. Eat nourishing food, move around, stay hydrated, meditate and get the right amount of sleep for you. It's normal and understandable to lose healthy habits when grieving, particularly in the early stages. Wherever possible though, and as soon as you can, try to still adopt healthy habits, not just because you will feel as well as you can under difficult circumstances, but because it will also help you to maintain a routine. Routines can help you feel more balanced and settled. By virtue of owning a pet, you are forced into a routine whether you like it or not, because your pet is dependent on you and requires looking after. Without your pet, you can lose routine, and instead feel all at sea, which can intensify your grief. Bonus tip: if you're finding it hard to cope, seek professional help. If your grief becomes overwhelming and you're finding it hard to cope, it's important to reach out for help. Perhaps in the past when you were sad you would cuddle your pet, and feel better. Now, without your pet, you may need the support of someone else. You may find that talking to other pet parents is helpful, or you may wish to seek the help of a pet grief specialist, grief counselor or therapist. There is no shame in reaching out for help, only courage. We are so sorry for your loss, and we hope you found some of these tips helpful and useful. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. you'll be giving us much welcome support, which we'll be ever grateful for.